When they cook at 12, everybody wants the con con. You take the rice off, so this is the crunchy. It's just delicious. Hello everyone, I'm Socorro Garwood. I'm Mary's mom, and I'm helping him to cook some Dominican food that is a typical plate or a typical dish for the Dominican Republic. It's called, do you want me to say it?
Yes.
Sancocho. Sancocho is it's like a stew. People that don't know, that are not familiar, and it has different type of potatoes, yuca, plantain, which is like some of the typical vegetables that we have in the Dominican Republic. We cook this when a lot of people have parties, and then you get a lot of people, you just add a little more water and then for everybody can eat. This is yuca, which is different root. Some people that are not familiar say it tastes like potato but a little lighter. And we cut the yuca in half.
So what is yuca like? If someone were to say what is yuca most like, what would you say it's most closest to?
I'll say it's kind of like a potato but a little starch.
Okay.
It's no vegetable in America that tastes like yuca. You have to be from the Caribbean in order to know what yuca is.
So what are all the ingredients we have here what's everything that they will need to go into a sancocho?
Well, if you are going to make a Dominican Sancocho, there's a few things you need. Meat is one, that's like the most important.
Any meat in particular?
We use 3 types of meat this time, but normally some people make 7 different types of meat, but we're using chicken, pork, and beef. We already season it, and then we're gonna add all this different, we call them víveres, with this yuca, potato, plátano, yautía, which is this different variation of the potato, but it has like a little purple colors in it. For some people, it might be an acquired taste. Every Dominican person loves this. And we eat this for breakfast too, with eggs, scrambled eggs, and fried salami too.
So that's like the potato in America?
Yeah, we eat potato too, but this is more a Caribbean root than anything else. Just like yuca is also a root. So we put those ingredients together. We season the meat first. And after the meat is done, then we put all the vegetables in it, let it cook and simmer down, and then after it's done, it's delicious. We eat it with rice. And this is a perfect dish when you go out and have too much fun.
So if you go out drinking and you're drunk, you can eat this and then
you're back to life.
Back to life.
Yes. Dominicans call it levanta muerto. Very muerto, yeah. Okay, so we cut it in smaller portions so that way it's easy to eat.
Now, like we said before, somebody, a friend of mine, her mom had a problem with the yuca falling apart when they cooked it in the stew. So why could that happen?
If you cook the yuca too long, it will fall apart. And you can't cut it in smaller pieces either. You have to cut it in half so it won't break down and fall apart.
So it's pretty delicate. It's starchy, but it is delicate.
It's starchy and delicate. It's kind of like, feels like it has hair, like it's longer strips of the yuca. Instead of the potato, it's a little more solid. This is a little more stringy root.
Okay. And
it's also a root. So in the original form, it looks like this. And then when we peel it, it looks like this.
So what's this? Is this
That's the stem in the middle, the separator. So when you cut in the yuca, you hit it in the middle, all the way down. And then
you tap it.
Right. And then you take it and you start peeling it off this way, and it will come all the way around. Back home, the kids used to play and take the yuca root and cut it and make it like teeth and put it in there to play around. So this is kind of like cool, and kids play with this stuff when they're little. So after we take that brown skin off the yuca, come apart, and it looks like this.
So it's pretty basically just almost like a really thick looking banana, kind of. Like if you were to cut
banana, because they all come in different shape. So this is a little skinnier.
Okay.
Some of them are a little larger. We just got the smaller version so it's easier to cut apart and have it in the sancocho, since we have so many different type of vegetables and roots to put into our sancocho.
So the end result is we have our cilantro, we have our green peppers, and we have our celery. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we talked about this earlier, and just so they know, when we cook, we don't go and measure everything out. We kind of just cook with the heart, right? So
kind of like soul food.
Soul food, yes.
You don't measure; you just kind of eye it.
As long as you have the ingredients and you cut the ingredients right, it'll turn out good.
Yeah.
Right? So this is just almost like, I guess, maybe a couple handful of cilantro, celery, and green peppers.
Mm-hmm.
We have our red onions,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And red onions are normally used in the Caribbean more than white and...
We don't use
Yes.
white onions. Dominicans don't know what white onions is. We only cook with red onions, and that's it.
And then we have a regular corn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then we have our mixture of yuca, platanos,
potatoes, auyama.
yellow jama.
And also we take our garlic, like real garlic head, and we do this. I'll show you a little bit. Every Dominican household has one of, where it goes?
El pilón.
No, it's somewhere around here. So this is our apple, which is regular garlic.
Okay.
Can I cut it in little pieces and voila,
Dice it.
dice it down?
And we're gonna leave that by itself, or we just add it into the onion?
We'll add it all into that. It's all a mixture next to the onions. Add it a little bit.
Now, before we did all this, we did the meat, right?
Yeah.
So meat's already cooked, it's in there. We
Simmer.
use stewed beef,
Mhm.
about a pound of stewed beef,
Yeah.
a pound of stewed pork, and about two pounds of chicken breast.
Chicken breast, yeah.
So what do we do to the meat?
We season it.
Salt and pepper.
Salt, pepper, adobo. We use oregano,
Yeah.
and ajo. And that's it.
And then so what do we put in the pot with? We put in the pot with water, we use stock, or
No, we cooking with little
you put a little bit of oil, olive oil,
olive oil.
you saute and you put it in the pot.
In the pot, you put it like 1 hour. Cooking very good. You cooking for
A slow
the
fire.
beef
the beef.
because this is the hard one.
Okay.
Beef
And you cooking
longus.
and when you have hour, you cooking the pork and you leave the chicken for the last time because chicken is
Cook
so
faster.
too faster. But I cooking over the chicken separate. This way I know lose time. I put it together.
So and this is not a quick dish, right? You definitely do
No.
this when
No,
you
this is one dish that you can take
4
3
hours,
hours.
3 or 4 hours. It just
3 hours.
depends how
3
much
hours.
you cooking and how much meat.
Okay.
Because everything, so mommy cooked the beef 1st,
Mhm.
and when the beef was like halfway done, then she cooked the pork because the pork cooked fast.
took the beef out, or you just
No,
add
she
the pork?
add the pork
Okay.
to the beef, and then she cooked the chicken separate because chicken tend to like fall apart.
Right.
And then when all those meats are done, then we mix it all together in the big pot. And we're gonna put all those vegetables and then just let it cook for an hour. So all those flavors are gonna marinate and it's gonna be amazing.
So what is this? Let me grab this real quick.
Look, and I'm moving. I'm
No, this is el stock que yo hice.
So that's mine. Make it like a stock.
Chicken
Instead of
stock.
like chicken stock. So it
Natural.
has
En vez
natural.
de tirarle sopita,
Instead of doing like, you know, you buy your beef or your chicken stuff, she made it
el jugo de la carne.
the juice from the meat when she was cooking it, she took it out.
Okay.
And all the seasonings that we put on the meat before.
It's right here.
So it's all right there. So it
And
has
then
all
we'll
the
use this
flavors.
as stock to put
To
back
put
Yes.
in the sancocho. Yep.
With the
So
beef-
all the
with the-
flavor
con los
will
víveres.
be there. So when we put the roots in there, we put that in there and we add more water. My mom likes to flavor all the roots. Some people just throw it in there, but she likes to put a little salt and pepper and a
I
little.
season.
She seasons on everything, but she cooks amazing. Everything she makes is delicious. So the first thing we're gonna do is to saute the onions.
This is preheated, obviously.
It's preheated. Magic of television. So we got the onions in here with the garlic.
Man, it smells right away too.
Yeah.
Smell that garlic and smell it.
And we put a little square of beef bouillon in there too with that.
So any oil in here?
Just a little bit. We put a little bit of olive oil
Okay.
and a little bit of regular oil too.
Ya no le eché más aceite, ya yo le eché. ¿Para qué se le echa más?
Okay, so we saute this and you can
Entonces ya
smell.
pueden subirle el fuego.
And then we'll turn the fire up again because originally we turn it down to make sure we don't burn ourselves. And then we'll start putting all
De víveres.
the víveres, which is the plantain,
Vegetables.
all the vegetables in it. There we go. And then we'll take this one too.
So you need a-
I don't move that.
No, that's fine.
So we need a rather large pot for this, right?
Yes, you can use anything small. This is something that you cook for a large group of people. So we are seasoning basically the vegetables. Normally you put your water is hot, so if you put hot water in it to help you with your chicken stock and your stock so it's faster, but
Okay.
we're just gonna put cold water and warm water, it's the same.
Okay.
So then we take all the vegetables and we'll stir
And we just stir this
around.
up.
Then we'll start adding the water and everything else.
Put it inside. Your water inside.
Now we're gonna add some more water. Just regular water.
Tiene bastante.
No necesita más. So now that we season our vegetables, we added some water. We want to make sure that all the water is covered. I mean, all the vegetables are covered with the water. And now here we go. Perfect.
So there's no right amount of
Está
water.
cubierto.
Yeah.
Cuando hierva,
Le-
entonces le
un
echa
huevo.
esto y le echa el stock y le echa los maíz.
So now we're gonna let the vegetable cook. And when the vegetables are tender, we can make sure that we know
Lo
how to
junta
do
con la
it. We put all the meat in here, and if we put our cilantro and our celery and the rest of our green vegetables that we cut earlier, we'll put it here, and then we'll cover and let it simmer. Let all the juices marinate, and that's what magic happens.
One hour.
And you cook it for 1 hour. In the meantime, we're also making some rice as well. We're making some white rice over here, and we don't cook our rice on a rice cooker. We cook it on a pot. And we also always eat our sancocho with avocado. Like, perfect. So you can't have sancocho without avocado. This is like the perfect combination for a good sancocho. And we bought this delicious avocado that we have over here. So we have our avocado, our sancocho, and our white rice. And then we'll be showing you how everything turns out. We're gonna cover it up, and then when it's all boiling, that's when we're gonna put all our meat that we have in here. So in here we have our chicken that we cut earlier. We put it into chunks so it's easier. Some people like big pieces of meat. We cut it smaller pieces so that way it's easy and it won't fall apart. And they don't have no fattening. This is big, nice, lean pieces of meat. Lean, cute steaks. We got some
Pork.
chicken and some pork too. So all lean, nice and healthy for your family. So instead of using chicken stock, this is gonna be all the flavor in our sancocho because it's all the flavor for all the different meats that we cook. So that's why it's so delicious. So we will add all of this different meats inside our pot when it's all ready, and then we'll be all set and ready to. So now that all the vegetables are boiling, we are going to put all the meat inside. And then we're gonna let it finish boiling. Okay, so this is all the meat. I need some more. Now this smells like it's burning. Just make sure this don't burn. Okay, so now we got all the meat. we gotta put the rest of the stock that we made earlier for flavor. Then we're gonna put the corn. Put all the corn in it, not all of it, but you know, it's full of stuff. Okay, that's good. Then rest of all the peppers, the celery, the cilantro in there. We're gonna stir everything in it.
What does it smell like? What is it?
Life. Delish. Especially after we put the cilantro in there. It's so good.
You can smell the garlic. Can you smell the cilantro?
You can smell the garlic, the cilantro, all the great flavors that come up. So this, which is the Spanish pumpkin, after it's done, we'll take this and put it in the blender. And this is what is going to give that dark consistency to the sancocho that you get is because of this. It stays delicious. So we'll move everything up and we'll cover it again and let it work its magic. It's brown, but it's a lighter color. And after we puree la llama, it's gonna give her that thicker consistency, and the color is gonna be similar to this, but a little lighter. And it's gonna be delicious. Taking the Dominican pumpkin, the pot now. So we can go ahead and put it in the blender real quick. So to get that thickness and that darker color in the sancocho.
Yellow color.
The yellow color.
Yellow brown.
We put the Spanish pumpkin in here. And we are going to blend it nice and thick. We put the pumpkin there, and then we're gonna take few little pieces of plantains and potato and put it in the blender as well. Now it's like a paste. So you see how it's like water still? This is thicker. It was soupy and it was very light. Now the consistency is a little thicker and the color is a little more yellow and darker. And we taste. Make sure. Delish. Oh my God, it don't need anything. It's perfect.
That's it.
Of course you can.
Is it hot?
It is. Don't put it in your hand. Don't put it in a spoon. You're gonna be like,
I'll put it in your hand.
yeah, and then go like that because you are gonna be like, delish.
So good.
That's part of our delicious avocado or amazing sancocho. So we'll be taking care of business in just a second in GarwoodGrub. Okay, so our sancocho is finally done and we are ready to eat. So make sure we stir it up and we get all the meat. We got corn and the juice to get our plate ready to eat. And then we are ready to eat.
That looks fantastic.
Our sancocho is finally ready.
So we already peeled this avocado. We're gonna add this avocado in here.
Perfect. And we have our rice ready to go. And that's
Somebody
it.
like
And we'll just
Tabasco.
eat.
If you like a little bit of hot sauce, you can put some. I particularly don't like hot sauce. Aaron loves hot
I love
sauce.
hot everything.
Couple of dabs of hot sauce and we are ready to eat. You put your rice inside. And then, cheers.
Cheers.
Ready, let's see.
Let's see how it is. I'm gonna get a big piece.
Delicious. Perfect. Perfect food
That's fantastic.
for a cold day. This is amazing.
I'm gonna get a little bit of avocado in mine.
This is so good.
Oh, hot.
Adiós. ¿De dónde salió eso?
Delicious.
So that's how you make sancocho. Everything here is cooked perfectly. Everything tastes delicious. I do like hot things, except I like hot sauces, not temperature. But this is great. This is great if you're sick. This is great if you're not feeling well. It's great for a Sunday dinner for the family. So this was GarwoodGrub. This is how we make sancocho. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Chi-Chi, for showing us how to make this today. If you want to see any more authentic Dominican dishes, you let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And until next time, this was GarwoodGrub.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This was the bomb.
That was good.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, I have a butt one. I just want that.
No, well, Chi-Chi helped with the video too, so she has to
I
take a
just
bite
wanted
first.
the avocado.
Ven, prueba,
I'll
mamá.
go to mommy. Y'all extra.
Ay, mami, qué bueno que este aguacate.
Obviously. Y'all extra. I would like a bite of just avocado. You know I don't like soup, mommy.
Okay, just. Good.
Qué bueno.
Qué bueno. You coming when I got home. Bobby, ven acá, mi amor.